Hi, this is Teresa Talea. I'm filming outside of my place right now because it's a really beautiful day. It's surprising actually because it's November 7th and it's really, really warm in Northern California. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what's going on in my world. I am kind of flip-flopping a little, considering what I want to do with my career. Sorry, I keep getting distracted outside. That's the reason why I usually do videos inside. I got my degree in environmental studies in the University of California system, and recently I went on a trip to Yosemite, and it reawakened my love for the environment, just being in it and appreciating it as it is. There's this peaceful exuberance and camaraderie just with nature itself, with plants and the trees especially. So I'm going to take some time to apply to some environmental consulting positions, although that will unfortunately be a full-time job, and that is a lot to handle with my fibromyalgia and problems that I'm still working to deal with, heal. My primary passion is this work with my book, Eternal Humans and the Finite Gods. It's what I consider my masterpiece, my second edition. Unfortunately, my first edition, The Truth About God, 2012 to 2022 Ascension and Who We Really Are, was produced when I wasn't fully at the awareness that I am now, and I assume that I'll gain a lot more awareness as the years come. But to me, it's an incomplete book. I've talked to some people about that. I thought, well, gosh, should I have, produced it then? But then it's true, and they said that I wouldn't have gotten to my second edition in the way I have without the first edition, because when I get something out there, that's when the creative juices start flowing towards what I have to keep doing and what I need to fix and what I need to improve upon. So this current book is what I advise people to read, but unfortunately people are still buying my first book, and I've tried to cut off the streams to that with my initial publishing company and through Amazon, but there's third-party sellers that are still selling it. So please don't buy that. It's just not near where the second edition is, and it gives a lot more even accurate information and a lot more of a full picture with the second edition. So yeah, when you're starting your own new business, it just takes a while to get momentum and to get more money, and I need to support myself. In fact, I don't even support the monetary system as it is. I'd prefer a bartering system of goods and services. So I would love to give all my time for free and help people, but I'm not making nearly enough money to support myself. And I would like to move on my own in a quiet area and devote full time my energy and efforts into this work. It means so much to me, but I don't see how that's realistic right now, because it's not. So on my website, I just put up a services tab to give some consultations, and I put up a donations button as well, so that for all my questions that I'm answering, I would appreciate you contributing. I would love to make videos more often with monetizing them, and if people watch the ads, that would help me make more of them and make some living. But I'm also just not the front office type of person, just to be out there and advertising in a way yourself along with your message. It's just, I prefer to be in the back office doing the research. So people who become successful are the self-proclaimed or believed gurus, ascended masters, channelers, the ones who exude that type of forceful, all-or-nothing character. It's an energy that is praised in this world. It's believed to be a leadership quality. And I don't see eternal energy being that way. I don't experience it being that way. It is fulfilled and expansive natural energy that is. And when you need to act it and do, it's best to be integrated with that instead of almost barking at others or trying to convince others with that energy of authority and forcefulness. So I'm trying to determine really how to speak in the way this energy is while sharing that with this world. First of all, do people even want this pure energy, this wonderful self-contained state, this intuitive and reflective state, instead of living outside of ourselves to the next best thing or someone else telling us what to do? So I would be sharing my thoughts and experiences and insights, but I wouldn't be forcing them on people or declaring them as the only thing, the only way to go. That's where I need some more time. I need to create that space in myself to, of course, get even more integrated than I am and know how to share this message and what I've learned with it with others. I would like to see really that genuine desire for people to take responsibility for themselves, to learn from others, but really put the effort in themselves, not just lose themselves in the process of guru worship or hero worship. For those of you who have read my book, you'll know that, I guess I'll divulge this, this is my first time here. I haven't had any reincarnated lives. I feel truly like an alien here, and I've been extra sensitive. I'm one of those indigo adults, and I talk about that too. It supposedly relates to the 6th strand of DNA, your inner template DNA being fully activated, but that's not physically possible in our fragmented, netted earth. So I go into all that too. So at most we can be partially activated, and I am partially activated in my inner template. So with all my sensitivities and my abilities, I feel so whole and complete and big. But here I just feel like I'm fumbling along. I don't really know what path to take, because I don't, like I said, I feel bigger than this here, and I just don't always translate that when things here are much more confined. So the next few months, maybe, I'll work this out. Your input would be appreciated on what path you think I should go. I devoted my life to this work, and it would be a shame, in my opinion, if I would just go back to, the normal work week and be exhausted in the process to where I couldn't really give much or any of myself to you. So such is the way in the world. How do you figure this out? Some people say, well, it's all divine right timing, or whatever's meant to be, things are, happen as they're meant to. And that's made me think about the whole fate and destiny thing, like there's something predestined or controlled. But when we really think about it, there's so many variables at play. There's so many components to each situation. And even if I really, really want something, then that person still has the will to say no. And there can be other applicants in other situations. And I just did my best. It doesn't mean I'm controlling it, or there's a God beyond me saying, okay, yes, that really wasn't what you were supposed to do. I have something better, just wait. Well, I've waited my whole life for my health and for things to happen, and it's basically put me in a state of helplessness. I don't want to feel like that anymore. I want to feel like I'm just going to do my best, and no matter what happens, I know I've done my best. If you really think about this belief, the premise assumes an overseeing God entity that predestines our lives here. And however you define that something beyond, then it would take some type of characteristic like we have here. It would make decisions. It would choose one of the many variables or possibilities or even probabilities. People say, oh, that there's probable timelines. Well, that can just get into like this prophetic type of future thing, and prophecies don't really happen, because the fact of the matter is that those variables and our decisions are what happens. It's tangible in the now. It's not something that, oh, might come later, and oh, let's just wait and let's stay helpless to whatever powers that be. Why are any external powers controlling every aspect of our lives? They only control or influence some. I think that when we put, and I've experienced that, when we put forth our inner desire, inner intent, and our action, then that will find its own connection and find a way. So that, I suppose, can be, our own divine right timing, but the general theme about this is more that something else is controlling it for us. And no, I see that there's more of a mix, that things happen and things are even random, and all we can do is our best. So right now I'm figuring out my way. I'm letting you know with the whole career side of it and health side of it, and I'm continuing to get more healthy and stronger so that I can be a better, I guess, type of spokesperson for this work. I really appreciate you being interested, and even if you don't fully agree with what I'm saying in my book, I hope that you appreciate all the effort I put in to provide what I have, because that alone should merit something positive. I would really appreciate more of a non-biased, open opinion to discovering what is true and factual versus having a very set, definitive answer for everything. Things can be confusing, things can be scary, but when we really know who we are inside, all the judgments that come, all the reasons or excuses why something doesn't happen a certain way won't really shake us anymore. Of course, being sensitive, which I am very sensitive, I still feel things, but I know who I am, and it's the most amazing, wonderful thing ever for me, and I will never let that go. So my wish for you is that you find really who you are as well, and just put one foot in front of the other and keep walking and keep trying and being as open as you can with the joy and zest and trust in yourself that you will find your way, and hopefully we can come together and have a loving community and even start creating a more sustainable, egalitarian earth. So thank you, and I'll keep in touch. Bye.